Put them in a safe spot. You know what? I'm going to have another one out because I just know I'm going to go through it.
Yeah, crack another one for me because I've just killed one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so.
Want a second?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Gonna need it. Gonna need it, boy.
Lucky last one for the big day.
Gonna need my beers, mate.
Ah.
Need to get them going. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Oh no, we're gonna do the click first, aren't we? All right.
Wait, do you want to switch spots?
Do you want it? Yeah.
Because hold on. Like, grab the controller and just like hold it, right? And be like, oh, yeah, you can.
Okay. Well, I gotta move.
Yeah, moving closer. Technical difficulties.
I gotta get closer. Gotta get a bit more snuggly.
You sitting in my chair? Oh no. Okay,
No. I'm sitting.
Yeah.
You're sitting in your chair. You'd know if you were sitting in your chair.
Yeah, it's my chair. Okay. Yeah, that's mine. That's the chair of David. All right. We're ready to be. Hey guys.
Hey.
What's up? Episode 15.
15.
I said it like literally fucking a minute ago. Wait, ching.
Cheers.
All right, you do the introduction of the beer because my God, you do it. I just want to say, you're an absolute jobber. You're an absolute fucking jobber. How did you even do that? Put your mouth over it. Don't let it spill.
That's what you're supposed to do when
you put your mouth over it. No, you suck it up.
No, you don't, because I'm a spitter, not a swallower.
Oh, you're an absolute fucking jobber. It's still good. It's still good.
It's still good. I can't help it if I'm the beer whisperer. Jesus fucking Christ. So today.
Let me load up the notes.
So you probably saw that. All right. Today we are. You know what? That camera's a little high. Actually, I'm gonna move it down a little bit. That's touching up a little high bit there. All right.
Yeah, do what you got.
Nobody can see our beautiful faces. All right. So I'm gonna push down a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's a bit nicer. Yeah, there we go.
We have a bit of inside news. Oh wow, we look really good.
We do. See,
can you lift it up a little bit? I don't like my legs being shown.
Oh,
I don't like my legs. I'm very self-conscious about my legs.
Oh my God,
specifically.
Dude, I'll take my fucking pants off if it'll make you feel better.
You know, I look really good actually. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's just play.
All right.
Let's just play.
So
we're a whole fucking 2 minutes in now of just absolute rambling. And I have the notes loaded. I'm fucking keen. I'm ready to go. We're 15 episodes.
Let's show off the beer, though.
You show off the beer. I'm just going to enjoy mine.
So first beer. All right. Today we're drinking the mango beer. Right now, okay. So.
Oh, so good.
Last week we were drinking lychee beer, right? And it's made by the same company. It's the same people, Matzo's, right? From Broome in Western Australia. Now,
shout out to them forever. Oh, we're never not drinking your product.
Now, okay, so we saw this in the bottle shop last week. And we were like, we got to try this next week. We're going to have a go. But after the lychee beer, we thought, who can, like, you can't top that. Like, that was just a primo, amazing, beautiful beer. It was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't get over it. But we bought the mango beer, and we were like, we're not sure. You know, like, probably not.
Personally, I'm on my second one now. I'm going to hold firm that lychee is better.
Okay.
But that's just me coming from my POV as an Asian.
Right. Okay.
Just respecting. I just love lychee.
Okay. And that's a valid point. But before any beers were consumed, we were like, look, there's no doubt it'll be nice.
I just can't believe it
because it's made by the same company. There's no doubt it's going to be a nice beer. But could it top the lychee beer? We weren't 100% sure of that until just cracked it open, had the first sip, and then we knew. We were like, oh shit, this.
I remember I cracked it open, I'm sitting at the table, and I go, oh, John. Oh, John.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're dealing with something here. We might actually have stumbled across the greatest brewery in the history of breweries.
Right. It's
encompassing all countries.
Right.
Very inclusive of Scotland and Ireland, wherever the major breweries are in the world. Includes them. Broome. You're number one all time. You're
number one right now. You're doing pretty amazing.
You're doing the job.
Not one, but two fucking amazing beers coming out of the same brewery in the same part of the planet. It's fantastic. So, like, yeah, mango. Now, like, you know, Dave's saying he's pro lychee, and that's cool. Me, I can't decide. I haven't decided yet. I'm one beer in as well, right? But I'm not 100%. You know, my heart's not set on one or the other right now, right? I think for me, right, given they're both pretty good. I've got to say, though, one thing I like about this, though, I feel like as it's heating up, it's coming into summer, it's going to get a little warmer, you know what I mean? And you kind of want something cool. But like, you know, it's around that right time when the fruity flavors are coming out and all that sort of bizzo, right? I feel like the mango beer is the go.
Right, while you're discussing the beer, I'm just
all right. So today also we're playing Inside, right? Which is one
to properly kick off. No, Overwatch is the beginning of
Overwatch
Game of the Year month.
Yeah. By the way, sorry about the fucked up video. I already apologized at the start of the podcast, but yeah.
What fucked up video? What's wrong?
We fucked up. The video was fucked up. Remember? I showed you all the gameplay. It was like one frame and stuff. Like we only. Camera. The gameplay
for last week's one.
For last week it was we were capturing at potato frames per second. So like this one Inside, we've got no problems with that. We know this one's all G. But yeah, this is one of the contenders for Game of the Year. But I want to go back to the mango.
Which IMO? Okay, we'll touch on our love for Inside and whether it should win Game of the Year. After you discuss
in a minute.
After you discuss the beer.
We're not finished with the beer, right? But this beer, I gotta say, I feel like this is the go-to beer for summer, okay? For the summertime, right? Coming in December, you know, January, right? That kind of period of time. It'd be really great over Christmas. I feel like this will go really nicely with like a Christmas
Especially
lunch.
in Australia.
Especially in Australia with the cold meats.
It ain't winter wonderland over here.
Right? I feel like the mango, the sweetness of the mango will kind of complement, you know, the savouriness of like the meat and stuff like that quite nicely, right? But then again, I also like pineapple on things, so you know, like, you know, your mileage may vary. But the lychee beer, though, right?
Oh
that's the rest of the year.
You know, the lychee beer.
That's the rest of the year, right? Outside of summer, right? You know, that's when you're hitting the lychee beer, right? That's the way to go, right? That's your right. Lychee beer is your right. You've had a shithouse day at work. You sit down and you're like, well, fuck me, this is fucking awful, right? Christ, I need a beer. And you reach for the fridge, and what you're reaching for, right? You're reaching for a lychee beer. That's what you're going for. And that's it. That's my take on the beer. That's it. I'm done. That's it.
Fucking, do you want to play now?
Fucking go by. Yeah, all right.
You're playing. I played Inside before I finished Inside. And what I'd also love to discuss is because even though I finished Inside, and though I experienced Inside, I don't feel like I understood Inside. And it's one of those games that its atmosphere is beautiful and it tells its narrative. What the fuck are you doing?
Trying to fucking jump this gap. It's just not happening.
Just jump.
There you go, I'm jumping.
Oh, there might be something to pull. I can't remember. This is the very start of the game.
That's what I was about to go back to.
It's a 4-hour game, by the way. But yeah, no, I experienced this. Oh, you pull that. You press B. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I experienced Inside, but I never understood Inside, which is like what I'd want to learn that on cam today. I haven't actually Googled it. It'd be nice to Google it now. But our first piece of discussion for today is what do you have written here? Play Dead's Inside now DRM free. I don't know what the fuck that means. Right. I don't know what DRM means, so I'm just going to click the article.
DRM stands for Digital Rights Management.
Oh, you know what? I should probably know that.
Yep.
I should probably know that.
So Inside, right, when they started, were like they had DRM on it. It was a really, really pain in the butt one too. I think it's called
Denuvo.
Denuvo. Right, that's right. So yeah. Denuvo, right, and what it does is it hardware locks your software so that you can't redistribute it. It's a total pain in the ass. It's not fun, especially like if you're, if you work across multiple machines.
Oh, it's one of those that it connects the purchased game to the machine. Is what I'm here.
Yeah. But the problem is that because it does it at a hardware level. Say you upgrade your machine, right? So say you're on a PC. People upgrade their graphics cards every fucking day of the week, right?
Yeah.
So you upgrade your graphics card, and then suddenly you can't play Inside anymore, right? And it's not because the graphics card can't run it. It's because like
how is there even a software out there like that? I don't understand why that's even a fucking thing. Why is that a thing?
To prevent piracy. It prevents piracy.
There are so many. See,
I know what I did.
Fucking up to one already.
Yeah, that's
doing the job.
Here's the thing with Inside. This is why it's contender for Game of the Year, though, right? I fucked up, but I saw that and I went, oh, I know why I fucked up. I know exactly why I fucked up, and I fucking deserved it. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm like, okay, now I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh, I'm so excited that we're Game of the Year season. I'm actually really fucking giddy. It's such a beautiful time because this is why, like, a major reason for why I like doing this podcast is because it comes down to this time of the year, and it comes down to the period of time where it's like we now evaluate games and pit them up against each other to take out the glory, the biggest prize, which is what I think every fucking company is doing. They're going for the Game of the Year. All right, if you're not in the industry to go for Game of the Year or to make an experience, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? All right, you are here to go for Game of the Year, and this is beautiful. Something like this, something so simple, something so brilliantly told. going up against massive AAA titles out there. This is beautiful. This is why I could not vocalize enough how excited I am for this time of the year. But anyway, more on this DRM thing. Yeah, literally, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing that could possibly even happen, that you can connect that something as simple as your fucking graphics card can just be like, nah, you change your graphics card. Yeah. Oh wow, hold on a second, you can't play the game. How does the computer even fucking know that? Yeah. Why is that a thing? Why is that it's so stupid? Piracy, you can prevent piracy in other kinds of ways. Yeah,
well, that was the best one because it was the hardest one to crack as well.
That's so stupid.
In the water I go.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, it was the hardest one to crack as well, which is why it was so popular among many developers. So anyway, so now Playdead never put out like why they did it in the first, like not why they put it in, but why they took it out. They never explained why they took it out. And that being said, though, it also just went up on GOG.com, and GOG is all about the no DRM. They think it's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
So it seems to me that like while they were putting out the GOG version of the game, they were like, well, you know what, fuck it. We may as well, like if we're going to do a massive patch like that anyway, we might as well push it out to Steam as well. And that's what they did. So yeah, I figured.
Good move. It's a good move on their part.
It's a good move.
As fans, I guess, but fuck, I don't understand. Even from a developer point of view, it's so stupid.
Well, it's about protecting the investment. Like it's about making sure that.
Yeah, but think of all the other ways you can protect the investment that doesn't fucking lock it to a specific thing that's so interchangeable. That's not that you interchange yourself.
It's not just the graphics card though. Like that's one example. Like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're using graphics card, but like yeah, you can use hard drive for example. Even though you purchased it on your Steam, the fact that you've changed something, and I don't even know how does it like even recognize that. How does it recognize that I've used the hard drive and then I've changed the hard drive, but yet I just downloaded on that hard drive? How is that even piracy? It's on my account. Like,
I'm pretty sure it has something to do with MAC addresses or something. I'm not 100% sure how it all works. All I know is that it has something. It locks to your hardware, and it's a bit of pain.
That's the job. That's
and so by getting rid of it, I suppose is sort of creating a level of trust, saying, well, look, we know the fans are going to buy it, and that's great, and
So I just googled inside meaning, and I should have known what I was going to get when I type in inside meaning onto Google. Inside noun, the inner side of surface or something. Yeah, I should have known. That's my fault. Adjective, situated on or in the inside. I'm being jobbed out by the fucking search engine. Here we go. The meaning of Playdead's inside. Actually, like, do you care for spoilers? Do they care for spoilers? The game's been out. It's in Game of the Year contention. Obviously, Yeah. Well, is there like a grace? Here's another thing I'd like to discuss. A game comes out week 1. Person finishes it in 20 hours. He plays straight 20 hours, and he posts spoilers online, and in all the spots that spoilers will just most likely get you, even in spots that spoilers you wouldn't even expect it to. It's like something so anticipated. Is there a grace period for when something can be so publicly discussed?
I have no idea.
Like, is there a convention out there? Say, like, we're all anticipating like the fucking release of the next Final Fantasy or whatever, and it's been heralded as having the greatest twist in gaming history. At what point can people just openly discuss the greatest twist in gaming history or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Or can you just do it straight away, day one? Day one, it comes out, you just be like, oh my god! Sephiroth dies or some shit.
I don't know. I mean, some people do that. Some people choose not to. So I don't know. I suppose it really comes down to like your personal feelings on the subject. For me, though, like what it comes down to is sort of like I generally like to give like a set period of time and be like, okay, like we're not going to talk about it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever.
Are there multiple endings?
To Inside, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know there were multiple endings.
I told you there were multiple endings.
Are you serious?
I did.
The one I got. Can I just say what ending I got?
Yeah.
I got the one where I became a big fat piece of something.
Yeah. Just and you lay on the beach.
And you lay on the beach. Is that the good or bad ending?
That's the standard ending.
You can get multiple endings? How? How? I'm gonna play the game again.
I definitely know there's one for getting all of the little like achievement. You pull the plug out, little orb things.
Oh my fucking god! I wondered what those were.
There's an ending. Well, I mean, it has to do with achievements on Xbox.
I just thought those are something that you like replayability. Obviously, it is replayability to get more endings, but something that's like just achievement based. Get it, and you get an achievement. Oh my god! I didn't know there were multiple endings. What the fuck?
Yeah. So there's like multiple.
So I'm reading this damn thing, and it says depending on the ending, it has a different meaning. I don't even know there were different endings. Oh, fuck me. I just want to read what mine ending is. This guy believes that... No, you want me to... Can I... Do you care?
I
Do you care? You already know, don't you?
I've already seen the standard ending, so I'm like, I don't care what the other endings are.
Oh, no, I'm talking about... Do you have an idea of what the meaning is?
Oh, do you want me to give my theory?
Yeah, give your theory. Okay, well, I won't read your shit. You give your theory. I guess I'll give my theory. I played it the whole way and I got that bullshit ending. Even then, like, I honestly don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. I don't know what the fucking people with the masks are. I don't know what they symbolize. Do they symbolize the everyday person that everyone wears a mask? You know, that's like like everyone, no one is who they say they are or something. But then why does it keep running? Why does it keep running? Like, I don't understand. Obviously, they're like collecting humans for something, but I don't understand what it all means. So you give your take. I'll try and give my take, and then we'll read what this guy's take is, and maybe that's the official take. It's on Reddit though, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's probably not the official take. It's just some dude on Reddit's got an idea. But look, my theory was that like what we're looking at here is an exercise in authoritarianism. So
yeah, fair enough. That's
right. They're taking some like very Orwellian elements, some very 1984 elements. Oh fuck! I fucking remember this little prick. Oh Christ!
It's as simple as just jumping over him.
Yeah, I know, but it's a fucking pain in the ass to do the whole way.
Anyway, back on.
So there's some very authoritarian themes here, right? I mean, this pig is very like reminiscent of like what's maybe going on in the whole thing. You know, he's got a worm up his ass, and that causes some. Oh wait, here we go. That's right. I got to do.
There you go.
Oh no, I have to. Yeah.
You got to drop out, jump on him, and jump up there.
That's right. Oh fuck me, this is a pain in the butt. No, I can't do it that way.
Oh, maybe not. No, there's something at the other end.
Yeah, no.
I honestly can't remember the early stages of this game.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Because I did it in 2 takes. I did one when we did it on cam, and I waited like a week. People were talking about it. I was like, well, fuck, I guess I gotta play it again. So I jumped back on from the point that I was at before. He bumps against the wall.
No, I know, but yeah. I mistimed the jump. That's what it was.
So you're going. It's about
authoritarianism.
It's alluding to authoritarianism.
It's about, well, I mean, it's definitely about authoritarianism, but it's also about revolution. So this child, right? Also, the child you notice is wearing red.
Red, yeah.
Red, very typical symbol of the revolution. I gotta pull this worm out of his butt. Oh my god, I didn't realize he takes a massive shit when he does so. Oh my fucking god. Wait, can I pull the pig?
No, you gotta pull the pig. You gotta pull Kevin.
It does look like I'm rooting the pig.
You gotta pull Kevin Bacon, dude.
It looks like I'm getting very fresh.
I'm not going to go to Reddit with this guy's thing. Surely, here we go.
But anyway, so this kid, right, symbol of the revolution, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but here's the thing, right? I think what it is not just a symbol of the revolution. I think it's also a warning of what can go wrong in a revolution, and that is that, like, in a revolution, it's not about. Oh, that's right. I got to figure out how to get everybody on the same side.
This is pretty simple.
Do this, and then can I not just walk?
It's pretty simple, dude. It's not hard, man. You got this. Come on. There you go. You got it. It's all you. All you, John.
Do I have it? I don't think I have it.
There may potentially be people outside.
Oh, is there?
I honestly have no idea. I can't remember. I can't remember the other stages.
No, I got it.
Yeah, you have to have them grab it.
Yeah.
There you go. I told you that.
Yeah.
I told you that. I told you that.
So now we got to grab this, and I don't know if we're pushing or we're pulling. I think we're pulling. So yeah, but like, it's a warning about what can go wrong in a revolution. Like, usually these revolutions are all about everybody like working together and sharing and all these kind of wonderful things.
Go.
Right? I know. I'm trying to figure out how to fucking. Oh, there we go. It's all about all these wonderful things, but then what usually happens is you'll have one person who will take over and become dictator, right? And that happens a lot. Like, you know, with Cuba, we had Castro, and with China, we had Mao, and all these kind of things, right? And so, you know, this kid is, you know, the revolution, and he incites it, and he, you know, especially when he becomes this giant blob, right? And he's like all of the people, right? That's kind of like, that's the people finally rising up behind him. It's very Stalinist. He's the vanguard of the revolution. But at the end of the day, right, like, he does all of this and he gets out to the beach. And
what does the beach mean?
But that's
what does the beach mean, John?
The beach means, and then
I don't understand. That's where I go lost as well.
No, it's not get lost. It's like, and now what? Like, now that you've done this humongous task and you're free, right? Is the revolution over? Is that it? It's like, okay, we're all free now. I don't give a fuck, right? Is that the end, right? Or is there more that needs to be done?
Have they issued an official statement, Play Dead?
No, I don't think they have.
Oh, they've been assholes. Did they do one on Limbo as well? Did they end up giving
don't
statement
remember.
of limbo? Is it just up for interpretation? Come on,
I think it's up for interpretation. I think that's the whole point. Is that you're supposed to interpret, and that's the beauty of all art. Like, I mean, you know, you and I can argue till the cows come home whether one of us is right or wrong, but at the end of the day, we're both right because this is a piece of art. And art is
a piece of art. Yeah.
Art is always open to interpretation, and so like you might hear what I said and go, "Oh, he's just a fucking lunatic Marxist." Like, of course he's going to say it that way, right? And you know what? Your opinion isn't invalid. Like, it's sort of like, well, yeah, I mean, that's the way I see it. But you know, you might have a different way of seeing it, and that's also entirely correct, right? Because that's the nature of art. You know, once you put something out there into the wild, it's entirely up to interpretation. So, you know, like, yeah, I'd be very interested to hear what this Reddit dude's, like, theory is.
Okay, we'll go back to Reddit dude, because I was reading some other ones. So we'll go back to Reddit dude. All right, shout out to Reddit dude.
Shout out to Reddit dude.
All right, until I get his fucking... No, I'm not even going to pronounce it. I can't fuck pronounce it. I'll just go straight up. You know who you are. If you're watching this, you know what I'm reading. You know it's your piece of work. You know I'm giving you credit. All right. This guy says it's a direct symbolism for a human getting cancer.
Oh.
And I think this is really interesting. Okay. And depending on the ending, it either is cured or you succumb to it. All right. The boy is a benign tumor, sneaking his way unnoticed through the host. The game world is the human being itself. The men in what appear to be white masks are indeed white blood cells looking to destroy or contain the foreign material in the body. Alright? The tumor is causing mild issues within the victim, prompting diagnosing attempts to locate it in the game. These are spotlights. It found the tumor is excised, represented by the spring-loaded harpoon, blah, 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 blah. So it's just a journey of a tumor becoming cancer and then eventually overtaking the body and going on an absolute rampage through the system, taking everything out, and eventually it's dying to the light of the beach. Let me get to that point. Riggs, wrong one, having chemotherapy is attempted in the game. We were talking about the water hair things. Due to having been blah, 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 blah. Eventually, radiation is used, the air blast sequence, which seems to be destructive on the body but effective on the tumor. If the tumor survives this, we are looking at the doctors pulling out the stops, more surgery, more chemo. Eventually, they are successful and the tumor stops its reign of terror. This is when the long-haired creature pulls you into the depths. It goes into remission, blah, blah. So it's just a journey of cancer, which is such an interesting take on this game, on this piece of art. I love it so much. When I read it, I'm like, oh, I can't wait, because it's completely, even though it's always a journey of something rebelling and going against the system that is trying to stop it, which is what you've described with authoritarianism and revolution, right? It's just, that is in its rawest. But to call it cancer, something like that, something so prevalent nowadays, especially within modern science, right? They're like authoritarianism and revolution, that's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Right?
And yeah, it's still around in some areas, but it's not as like well documented and publicized. It's something maybe like cancer is so unstoppable, right? That this game maybe might have tried to take a tack like that, which is such an interesting perspective on this. I love it so much. Shout out to you, my dude. My God. The other ending is where I don't even know what the other ending. In ending 1, in ending 2, where you play the secret song and find the other room beneath the cornfield. What? How? There is a scenario where the still undetected tumor attacks something vital. Okay, he's still talking in kayfabe. Killing the host rapidly, lights out after you damage the parrot. I don't know what that word is. Which of course leads to its own death. What is the other ending? Do you know the other ending?
No, I don't know.
The other inside endings.
No,
because I only know the one where you become a big blob.
Yeah, so do I. That's the only one I know of.
What the fuck's the other ending? Secret ending. Oh, so okay, we got the normal ending. So this is confirmed to be the secret ending. Bullshit. Only 2 endings. Come on. For those willing to solve one of the game's hardest puzzles. What puzzle is that? Can be uncovered once the player has found and broken every collectible in the game, at which point the puzzle for the new ending will be revealed. So you just have to collect everything. Oh, okay, this is fucking secrets. The bunker door will open, leading you to a room where you can witness a very odd ending. What it means is up to you. But here are some theories. No, just give me what the ending is. Apparently you find a room.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it's interesting though, the cancer theory though, because...
It's so interesting. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it would actually kind of make sense with sort of what you might call the meta of gaming at the moment. And that is like gaming is starting to talk about or use metaphor to talk about more serious issues like cancer. So, for example, there's the video game that's pretty obvious, That Dragon Cancer, right? Which is about, you having cancer. But have you ever heard of the video game Crashlands?
No.
Okay, so Crashlands is like a Diablo-esque like game where you go and you fight bosses and there's like little bits of item management and stuff like that, blah, blah. Anyway, the whole game, though, was made, it's not directly talking about cancer, but the developer who made it had cancer when he made it.
Beautiful.
And the whole,
like
he was going through chemotherapy and it was really bad. Like he went through a really aggressive round of chemo and then they thought it had gone away and then a month later it came back. Like, this is within the first year, which is really, really bad. I think it was Hodgkin's lymphoma, I think he had. And it was 4B, which is like basically you're fucked at 4B, and the fact that you're still alive is fucking amazing. But yeah, so like he had all of this, and he wanted to, like, he was a game developer, and he just went, he was working on a game, it was a shitty little endless runner. He's like, you know what, fuck this. I don't want this to be my last game before I die. I want to make a game that fucking means something, but I also want to make something that's an escape. Like, he was looking for something that was a sort of escapism.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fair enough. You got fucking cancer. Like, if anybody deserves, like, to have some form of escapism, it's the
ladder.
Yeah, no, I think I got to pull the ladder, actually. I'm just going to pull it.
Either way, that's what I meant.
There we go. But yeah, so he was looking for a level of escapism, and so he created Crashlands as a way for him to, like, get away from it all for a little while. And I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty reasonable. So, like, he makes all this, but there are loads and loads of references to cancer in it. Like, one of the bosses you fight is called Tumor. Right? Oh, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. Oh, god damn it.
You're really good.
God damn it.
You're really good at this game. You just got attacked by chemotherapy.
I did. I got attacked by chemotherapy.
I think that's what it was.
No, that's not chemo. Chemo's the...
chemo's the head things in the water. What is this? Is like surgery, I guess.
Can I not just turn this off?
Yeah, turn it off, open the thing, and then...
Just open the thing?
Yeah, run back.
Fucking run away, yeah. I think that's what I got.
A smart person would have known that at the start, John.
Yeah, probs. But I wanted to challenge myself as well.
You idiot.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, right, and then I need the power to...
Yeah, power, yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously!
Okay. Alright, I know what's going on. But here's the other thing, though, right? Okay, so let's have a look at this for a minute, right? If we just all turn our attention to the center of the screen here. So we look at the child, right? And we go, okay, well, that's cancer, right? Who's this guy?
Benign tumor.
Oh, the guy lying on the ground.
Well,
the guy who got hit.
You are a benign tumor.
Oh, okay, no, well, see, look at this guy on the ground here, who's obviously been hit by these things, right? By these surgeons, as we might call them, right?
This is a man that's meant to have cancer.
Yeah. But are we saying this is not like if you look there's another guy who's been got. Right?
Yeah, that's like, there's obviously more than one cell of cancer, cancer cell in the body, and the body has done so well so far to attack it, to attack the repressors, the revolution, so to speak.
Oh, shit.
Wow! How can you fuck that up?
Because I mistimed it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up what this was rated, so we can get an idea. I personally don't think Inside's going to win Game of the Year. But knowing that its meanings...
I mean, it should. It won't, but it should.
It's one of those games that is heralded as being one of the best. I've read many articles that have said Inside is one of the best games ever, and it's hard to argue against it.
It really is.
It's hard to sit here and say what's wrong with the game. Aesthetically, it's not a game that markets itself as being... everything in the world, which is beautiful. It has its own scope, it has its own market, and it says we're going to do this, and it does it to its complete and nth degree. It goes beyond the Call of Duty. This game is gorgeous, aesthetically sound design is beautiful. I know you can't hear it, but when I was playing it, sound design is amazing. Its narrative is beautiful, much like its predecessor Limbo. The company just knows how to tell a story without having to fucking shove narrative, like to throw it down your throat. You don't need voice acting. You don't need it to be. You got to walk. You got to follow. You got to toe the party line.
I know, but I was like right in the middle of drinking a beer, like having a drink of my beer when it fucking happened.
It tells its story so beautifully and so like it just flows. Like there's not one huge chunk of story being told to you at any one time where you have to sit there and take it all in. You take it all in as you're walking through a natural pace of the game. All right. The inside is beautiful. Let's get a 9 on it, I guess. What we got? Perfect 10s. Perfect 10s across the board. Perfect 10s.
So wait, if we're going to go on to the cancer theory, would this scene then be like the cancer
Trying
cell.
to remain undetected amongst other cells.
Yeah,
I
right.
guess.
Okay, yeah.
And this is
Wait,
I
well,
guess,
then
like-
could we not then say that this is not like that? This is actually a story about HIV/AIDS? Because
but this is what I'm like. This was this guy's theory.
Yeah.
It's not official.
But I mean, like you could twist it and say, well, no, it's not about cancer; it's about HIV, right? Because HIV, one of the horrible things about it is that it actually gets inside red blood cells and then hides inside red blood cells. Like that's how it works. And so like for all we know,
and he is wearing red.
he's wearing red.
But that wouldn't mean that.
So he's trying to hide as a red blood cell. Oh shit! No, fucking got away with that one.
Alright.
I was supposed to
Alright,
do
you
that.
box. We just found a problem with it.
Right.
Yeah. 10 out of 10s across the board for inside.
Yeah.
Beautiful game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. Aside from the fact that maybe I'd like to definitively know the meaning of the fucking game. But that's just me being a curious piece of shit. I just kind of want to know everything.
Yeah.
What is your take?
Like one of these days we're gonna hear about it, like for sure.
Well, granted, I don't want to Google limbo because I don't want to divert into limbo discussion.
Yeah.
That gone
What
forever.
I mean is,
That gone forever.
what I mean
limbo.
is that the Play Dead people are gonna one day they're gonna talk about it and be like, okay, well here's what we did, here's what we thought of when we made it, right? And that'd be 100% reasonable. I'd be like, okay, you're entitled to your opinion, blah blah blah. And like, I'd be curious to know, but that still probably won't be the definitive answer because
because it doesn't need to be a definitive answer.
no, it doesn't.
That's the beauty.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But there is obviously a direction they went in. So this
for
is
sure,
obviously an uprising of some kind.
Yeah.
Against a higher body of figure or whatever. All right, that is clear. That is clear. All right, something like that is obvious.
Oh fuck me.
Yeah, you gotta run nailers.
Fuck. She figured it
Yeah,
out.
I'll give you my 2 cents on the game. It's something that should win Game of the Year, and if any other year, if it wasn't for Uncharted 4, this game would win very easily, considering what it's stacked up against. Now go back there.
Yeah, I know. You gotta play funny bastards with this little
Yeah,
thing.
all right, I'm just telling you. All right, but yeah, any other year, any other time, this game would win Game of the Year. It's a game that it should win Game of the Year. It's just sad that I don't think it's going to win Game of the Year.
No, I don't think it
I
will.
just don't think it'll be considered one of the best. Something like Uncharted 4 probably won't be considered one of the best games ever. And it's weird to say this is one of the best games ever, and for it to not win Game of the Year in its year. Did Journey win Game of the Year in its year?
I think it did.
Didn't it come out the same year that The Last of Us came out?
Oh no.
2011?
No, I think Journey came out the year before. No, Last of Us was 2013.
It was too. Yeah, Skyrim was 2011.
Yeah, Skyrim. Yeah, 2011. It's like, well, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Something like that. Something like Minecraft as well, also considered one of the best games ever, I guess, is like what people say. It didn't win Game of the Year. Right? That's not to say that also the same thing with movies. Movies like I'm not sure if Shawshank won an Oscar for best movie. I figure it would. I figure it wouldn't, but
I think it did.
There are obviously movies out there. Inception. I'm gonna call it one of the best 10 movies of all time. It didn't win an Oscar for being the best movie. All right. It's to say that games, you just go up against a stacked cast, but it's weird to say that this is one of the best games ever, but it wasn't going to win Game of the Year. It's because something like Uncharted 4, it just ticked all the right categories.
Yeah.
It just meant everything. It gave you the hours. It gave you the world. It gave you the story.
Also,
this really just gives you the story.
Yeah, but also when you think about like art house movies, like this is an art house game.
It's not. Yeah, no, very true.
This is art house,
Yeah.
right? Art house things like movies, games, books, doesn't matter. Anything that's art house like that generally doesn't win awards when they come out.
Yeah.
Right, which is important to say when they come out. Right, they don't win awards, but you give it some time.
Give it some time.
Generations, right, and then you might be looking at possibly. All right, here we go. Look at this, fucking so meta right now.
You know what you're doing.
We're fucking being super meta. That's right. I got to drag this asshole back. That's right.
Yeah, plop his ass down.
No.
Oh, I honestly can't remember what to do.
So you got to do this.
Oh, very true.
You got to do this, and then you got to.
He's got to
pull him out.
Yeah.
All right. Oh fuck!
Hey, Jabba Jones!
I didn't realize that everybody got pulled out.
Jabba Jones over here, everybody. Good one, Johnny boy.
I fucking had it. I had it for like.
Good one.
Mostly had
Good
it.
one. But yeah, 10 out of 10 across the board. I'll just wrap up. I'll wrap up the discussion of insights so we can move on to the other news of the week. Once again, game. There should win game of the year. Like you said, art house game. Not something that's going to be, when it comes out, it's not going to be boom right in your face. But with time, it'll be considered one of the best ever.
Yeah.
If not, it's considered one of the best ever now. It's just a shame. It's absolutely beautiful. It's my pick for second place.
Yeah, if it doesn't get first, it certainly deserves second. 100%.
If it wins, I'm not going to be surprised. If anything, I want to sit here and be like, "Huh, I told you so." I'm sorry, I just picked Uncharted 4. That's just me trying to play the system. I want this to win. I'm just playing the system. I'm saying Uncharted 4 is going to win it. Let's move on. Something about Kojima. Where is it? Here we go. Here's what John has written in the beautiful notes here. This is amazing. Shout out. Fucking beautiful. Kojima throws two... Did you meant to write two fingers like that?
No.
Use T-O.
Did I? I don't know.
2-0.
I wrote it in like...
Kojima throws the deuces. Which is that? You did the deuces.
No. It does this. Throws two fingers up.
Alright, Kojima throws two fingers up, as John just illustrated, in the air and heads out for the Game Awards Mania 16 to claim his title belt he was jobbed out of by Kojima.
No, by Konami.
By Konami. Botched it.
He was literally jobbed out of it because he couldn't go because of his employment agreement. His job wouldn't let him go.
Yeah, literally got jobbed.
He was literally jobbed by his job.
He gets his Game Award for what?
No, he's nominated for one.
For what?
For fucking, I don't know.
Final Fantasy's not up.
I think he's up. I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he's up for the Hall of Fame.
Oh my god, are they doing that as well?
Yeah.
I love the Game Awards, man. I love the Game Awards. It's too early to put Kojima in the Hall of Fame. It's too early.
No.
Well, I'd like to believe that they follow NBA rules or something like sports rules, but not wrestling, because they induct anyone into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Which is the one downside of wrestling, in my opinion, is the fact that they induct any, it could be they inducted Ric Flair into the Hall of Fame as he was still a wrestler. There needs to be a fucking criteria. All right, they inducted Donald Trump into the Hall of Fame. Come on. That's the one downside of wrestling. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I think with the Hall of Fame, they should follow something that what the sports do. You have to be retired and then be out of the league for 5 years. And then you obviously have to meet a kind of checklist to be into the Hall of Fame. That way, it's a pretty big deal. It's a huge deal when you get into the Hall of Fame, because you've had to meet such a criteria / be away from the industry for an X amount of time. That way, your body of work can be properly evaluated, right? So someone like Kobe Bryant, who in his 10th season, we could have sat there and been like, he's a Hall of Famer, but he will not be in the Hall of Fame until 5 years from now. Because you have to go through the criteria, even though he's a bona fide Hall of Famer as it is. But you said Hall of Fame, so I do want to confirm. And their son Hideo Kojima got into a spat. This is not even. This year, Kojima will finally get his award.
Oh, he might actually be
Industry Icon Award.
Yeah, okay, that's Hall of Fame.
Oh well, is that their answer to the Hall of Fame?
I think
there needs to be a legitimate Hall of Fame.
I think that's their answer to the
Industry Icon. Fair enough. I can respect. I respect that. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Look at his body of work. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's their answer to it.
Let's give Hideo this strange moment he was robbed of last year. What does he mean? Why didn't he win it last year? Do you know why?
He won it no, he didn't win. He didn't win Industry Icon. He won another award. He won for Metal Gear Solid 5.
What did they win?
Best game.
No, they didn't.
I think it was best game or something else.
No, Witcher won best game last year.
Best action RPG. It was best action game.
They fucking robbed The Witcher of their greatest award.
I don't know. Well, fucking sorry, but I know Metal Gear Solid.
I got respect to you.
I remember Metal Gear Solid because I watched Kiefer Sutherland give an acceptance speech and saying, "I'm sorry Hideo couldn't be here, but
fair enough.
I'm here and I love the fans and blah 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 and the fans," and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, good. You know, you're saying your piece.
Aside from Metal Gear, I don't want to sound like the biggest Kojima narc right now, but aside from Metal Gear, and personally, I don't think Metal Gear is that great of a series. Personally, that's my own personal opinion. What else has the man done?
He did a couple other things way back in the day.
Right? What else has he done? I feel like someone like Sam Lake, if I'm getting the name wrong, I feel like, is that the one I'm talking about? The one who did the Max Payne's and Alan Wake's, the writer.
Okay.
It is Sam Lake. He did the Max Payne's and he did the Alan Wake, and he's done Oh my god, I don't want to botch it. I don't want to botch it. I'm gonna botch it. I'm gonna botch it. He works for Remedy. He did Quantum Break as well, right? Someone like that has written, produced absolute killers of the game and that have like stood the test of time in the industry itself. Not just Metal Gear, all right? Like he's done the Quantum Break and he's also done the other one I mentioned. Someone like that, I feel like is. I don't know what the fucking word I'm looking for. Body of work. All right, I'm not trying to knock on Kojima. I'm just saying, aside from Metal Gear, all right, what else has the man done?
Well, yes.
I personally think he's a little bit overhyped.
I don't think
he's that good.
Well, he didn't need to do anything after Metal Gear Solid, because after he made Metal Gear Solid, it sold like hotcakes, and that was basically all he made ever since. So like,
I don't see Metal Gear in the discussion of greatest games of all time.
He did do stuff in the past, but I can't remember what they are now. You'd have to look it up. You'd have to look up his body of work, but he did do stuff.
Let's look it up, right? We're obviously in Kojima discussion.
Yeah.
We've done Kojima discussion before.
Yeah. Also, I'm stuck on the fucking puzzle here, so like, I know there's something I need to get.
Well, I'm stuck figuring. I'm stuck sitting here trying to think, why is Kojima getting this award when really he's only done Metal Gear? It's like, well, who cares? I'm sorry. I'm coming up as a real asshole right now. But I don't give a shit. He's been in the industry he's 53. He's been in the industry for a while. What's he done? He did Castlevania. Did he?
I think he helped on it.
So the Metal Gear series, great. Yeah. That's cool. Wow. That's all he's done. He's done Metal Gear. He's done Zone of Enders. I don't know what that is. Boktai and Castlevania Lord of Shadows. And somehow we're giving this guy the greatest game developer of all time recognition.
Yeah.
Is what I've heard.
I mean,
come on! Does he like do you honestly believe he deserves this kind of praise?
As a game industry icon award, yeah, absolutely he does.
No, take that aside. What I'm talking about now is all like the fanfare behind the guy. Let's not even talk about the fact that he got jobbed out by Konami. He got jobbed out by Konami. Okay, but because he got jobbed out by Konami, does that make us sit back and be like, well, hold on a minute, he's the greatest developer of all time? No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, but like, does that mean he's like? I mean, do I think that like? Are you asking me why I think he's an icon? And I think the reason why he's an icon is because he's got that cult status about him. Like, he's always, like right from the very beginning, the man's a fucking marketing genius, right? And also he's a little bit quirky, right? He's a little bit quirky, right? There's no denying that. Right, and I think
all of these are valid points. What I'm trying to argue is that does his body of work support someone that could be considered the greatest game developer of all time?
No, but it's about being an. Oh no, wait, you don't care about icon. So is he the greatest game developer?
I care about icons.
Is he?
All right, no, I care about icons. I'm not saying that he's not an icon of the industry. Of course, he's an icon of the industry. Much like how there are many icons of the industry, John. All right. Now, what I'm trying to say is that is he deserving of such a status that holds him in such praise as being the best?
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah.
Because people suck when he showcased Death Stranding at E3. People absolutely fucking marked out. Granted, I'm not gonna lie, I did too. But then I took a step back and I was like, well, okay, he showed us all of 5 seconds of Norman Reedus holding a fetus, and then five people sitting in the air, and somehow we're sitting here going, well, based on the fact that he did Metal Gear, it must be the greatest game ever. Well, I mean, no. Aside from Metal Gear, which absolutely killed it in its time.
Okay, think about it like this.
I don't think it was that good.
All right, think about it like this. All right, so like just to explain that hype though, think about it like this, right? Do you remember when like
these twist tops? Am I just?
Yeah, they're twist tops. They're twist tops.
Oh my god,
right.
that's such.
Do you remember when Steven Spielberg was like top shit? Like he was just like the man could do no wrong.
Movie's a little bit different because. Unless you're a director that only directs one series of movies, like the guy who does all the Fast movies, Andrew Wang or some shit, right? Steven Spielberg has done a multitude of different movies across different genres and stuff.
Yeah, that's
right.
True. But
someone like Kojima.
Yeah, but like, well, what about Death Stranding? So I'm saying, like, Death Stranding is like, I think is going to be a definitive like take.
Great. Well, then when that comes out, we're gonna sit here and be like, yeah, he's the best. I'm still trying to fucking crack open this beer right now.
Jesus Christ.
You do it.
All right, hang on.
You do it.
You're gonna fucking keep me out of the spotlight here for a bit.
Play the damn game for you. Oh, did you get it? Oh, here you go.
Oh, you fuck. Oh.
Thanks, man. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is just that, okay, granted, I guess we can give him the best because, maybe the industry isn't that... It's definitely not built on discussing best evers of, like, especially when it comes to things like developers. You have best ever games, but that's as far as that industry's ever gone in discussing a tier list or hierarchy of rankings of people, right? It's now getting to a point where we're taking, while games is the forefront, we're now recognizing those behind them, all right? Which is cool, which is an absolutely brilliant way that the industry is going. It's heading down movies, it's heading down sports, where they've recognized the coaches and all that kind of stuff, right? Which I guess is why we can sit back and be like, yeah, Kojima can soak up all these kind of awards because it's now the time for people that are getting recognized, and he's going to get recognized because he's already in the spotlight like that, right? I'm just trying to go to the next step and say, okay, while we're all doing that, is he stacked up against all the history of games and developers of like the Legends of Zeldas and the Mass Effects and all of that?
Is he the best of all time ever?
But it seems like the fanfare's like that.
Yeah,
it seems like they're saying
so what?
Kojima is God, Kojima's the best.
Yeah, like I said, because he's got a cult status of it.
All right, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if you can do it now, all right, you can say he's going. I'm not against him getting the icon award. He is an icon, no doubt. All right, what I'm trying to say is, can we take the step back now? We've taken one step back from looking at games at the forefront and just assessing games, till now we're assessing the people. But can now assess the whole industry and its history. All right, now let's take a look back and go. All right, let's look at some of the other ones. All right, someone like I don't know who directed The Last of Us. Honestly, can't tell you.
Fuck!
Honestly, can't tell you. All right, but I'll tell you right now, if the guy who directed The Last of Us directed anything else, it's a shame that I don't know his name. I feel like it's something that I need to know. I'm gonna find out now. But that's what I'm trying to say. Is that we should, if we're gonna say Kojima's best of all time, let's look at everyone else first. All right, and let's be real and say I think it's just a little bit too much hype for a man who's only really tackled something as granted as big as Metal Gear, but personally I didn't find it that enjoyable to play the Metal Gear series. I wasn't a big fan of its narrative. Whereas something maybe along the lines of something like Sam Lake has done personally with the Max Payne series and a bunch of other stuff, the Quantum Breaks and the Alan Wake, which encompasses all a spectrum of different genres. Something that he's able to write and produce for. All right, as well as being an actor. I feel like he is someone who should be heralded more highly, praised a little bit more highly than someone like Kojima, who I don't think is getting that kind of praise.
Yeah, I don't think so. But like, I mean, you give it time though. I think in time that'll happen. Here we go. Now let's get GTFO.
Yeah, it's not going to tell me.
Anyway, what else we got on?
We're doing more news?
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
What else we got to talk
My
about?
bad.
I think we've discussed.
We just,
I think we've stranded Kojima to death.
Stranded. Here we go. John. Ubisoft hates David and everyone like him. That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Let's have a look at this piece of news. But let me introduce the heading and you go into it. This is how this works. Ubisoft is moving away from narrative-driven experiences. What?
Yep. Now you're like, oh yeah, now I see where he's coming from. Now I get it.
Heavily scripted narrative-driven games towards a more free-form experiences, according to publisher's chief creative officer Serge Haskoet. Fuck you, for starters. You can talk about it while I read the article. You've obviously read it. You
So basically, what's going on is what Ubisoft wants to do is they're not as interested in making these like definitive plots where it's a case of like, okay, you need to like, you go point A to point B. There's a cutscene and a boss fight, and then roll credits. Like it's not like that. And I'm like, okay, I kind of get where you're coming from with this, right? They want to make something where I think the quote was an anecdote factory.
Can I just read what I've just read here, which I really want to get into this discussion, specifically when it comes to Ubisoft. This will show in the Assassin's Creed, according to translation by the game instructors. For the next Assassin's Creed, the designers have created a system in which what I do not only has meaning just now, which is very badly written, by the way, but only long term. So what I'm taking from that is they're now focusing the Assassin's Creed franchise in a more long-term direction with their narrative as opposed to giving you short-term feels in their get release by release. All right. For starters, let me get into the discussion of how they fucked up the Assassin's Creed franchise by killing Desmond, all right? You did that, Ubisoft, and then you went into shit like Black Flag and then all of these other little spin-off titles, all right? and then now you're telling us what you recognize what you did was stupid, and now you're going to go back to what Assassin's Creed should have always been, was that you've had a story told from 1 to 3, but you fucked it up. You fucked it up. All right? I am a firm believer that they absolutely ruined Assassin's Creed franchise by not giving us a game in the modern era with Desmond. Are you big on this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. I actually talked to the developers about this very thing because
I want to talk to them because I am absolutely livid with the fact that they have ruined it. And I played. I sound like a bit of a hypocrite, but I've played every Assassin's Creed that has come out. Okay, I'm a big fan of what the game is. All right, you're like a parkour specialist going through and then doing underground stuff, and it's like Revolution. All right, it's beautiful. I love whatever kind of setting they put them in, and that's what the game has going for it, is that they take old settings and they make it real, and it's beautiful, and they do it detail for little detail. All right, they absolutely nailed the the bourgeoisie or whatever, or in number 2 and all that. Like for history buffs, you go into the game, and I feel like you'll either love it or you'll sit there or you'll appreciate it because you'll be like, oh, they gave it an attempt. Not all the game is doing that. All right, but you fucked up. You absolutely fucked up with the narrative by killing Desmond and just the whole rushing of number 3. Right, in general, and then to go into Black Flag, and then you're a guy in an office, fucking playing through the memories of some shit like of Desmond's memories. Like, was this always the direction? I want to know, was this always the direction? Were we never, ever going to get, even though it built up towards a game, maybe not a whole game, but a majority of the game where you're playing as Desmond, all right, and he's had the bleeding effect of the Animus to become an assassin because he's meant to fight in the modern era, because that's what the Templars are doing now in the modern era, is that they're trying to find the pieces of Eden or some shit. All right, it was building up. It was building up to that, and it's something that should have ended in 3, but they thought, huh?
They did.
What?
Yeah, they answered that in 3.
Answered what? What? Killing Desmond and finding the pieces?
Yeah, they answered all of it.
So, but they should have. But it felt like for the first 3 editions of the game, through 1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, I think, and then 3. I think it went Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3, right?
Yeah.
Through those ones, it built up the story of... But they fucked it up in Revelations, I think, where they started to make, oh, Desmond's on the run now, and he's, like, knocked out in the back of the Animus or some shit. I can't remember 100%. But what I'm trying to say is they built up a story to lead to a point of a climax where Desmond, you will go through modern-day Desmond as he fights the modern-day Templars, and you'd be like, I get to experience how the bleeding effect has worked. Where this man, they talk about the bleeding effect of the Animus. They showed you it where you could do it, but they showed you in little bits. And I wonder, maybe it's a personal thing. Maybe I personally want to play Desmond. But I felt like they drove the narrative in that direction that would say this is the natural way it's going to climax. But no, they just off him like that. They off the second. I can't remember the blonde chick's name. Only to go, but then I felt like they sat back and said, well, hold on, our games are selling so well. Why don't we just make 1 a year and be like Call of Duty? All right, and then they made the Black Flags, they made Unity, they made Rogue, they made all those ones that give you a great narrative in the setting of France, in the setting of the Viva Revolution, all that kind of stuff, right? But never did nothing outside of the original narrative that it was trying, aside from give you little jabs here and there to be like, ha, this is where the current world narrative is focused on, all right? That is where it annoyed me, because it built something, crushed it, and then it kind of trickled into the next few games, which were obviously built just to tell that one story.
Yeah, they kind of you know
pissed me off.
They gave up on the whole multi-game narrative thing, which was kind of which I didn't really like that much, but you know,
pissed me off, man.
Like I was like, well, okay,
pissed me off nice and right.
Like, I mean, I didn't mind. I actually didn't mind the modern day plot of 4. I'm like, okay, we're introducing a new character. You know, it's a bit more RPG-ish.
No.
But see, the problem is that they never went anywhere with it. And I was like, well, that's a bit disappointing. But
that's what I'm saying. With every edition is only being focused on that one story, and then little jabs to the classic guys that are playing it.
To talk about 3 though, and what you were talking about in 3, they did answer what happened with the Templars in the modern day. They did answer what happened with the with Desmond and why he did what he did and why he had to die and everything like that. And that's because he had a piece of Eden, right? But so did they. They had a piece of Eden as well, and they were going to launch it up into a satellite and fucking shoot that up and make shit happen there. But the problem was that also like the sun was about to explode, and they needed like the sun to not explode.
Assassin's Creed, like
right? And the only way to stop the sun from exploding was he needed to like control it with the Apple of Eden, and he did it, and it cost him his life, and he sacrificed himself for the good of humanity. They did it was a whole fucking Matrix 3 thing. That's what they did. Fuck, I fucking hate this little girl. Fucking hell, get the fuck in this little thing right fucking now. Yeah, I mean they tried to explain it as best they could. But also, they didn't want to defeat the Templars as well because, right, it's such a huge thing, right? Also, because it's such a huge thing that no one individual person could bring it down. And I think, we'll see.
But why build? Here's what, okay, to end things that way is fine. I'm not disputing the fact that Desmond had to die, all right? Maybe that's where the narrative was always going to go. To do it in the sense that you've told the story of building Desmond to be the guy for the X amount of games,
and he was
only to never give you the experience of playing as the guy in the modern day to fight them. Maybe you could lose. Maybe you could show that the guy can't beat this whole corporation like that. All right, but I felt like you never really got the chance to experience modern day with Assassin's Creed, the stuff, the stuff that like the parkour, all that kind of cool little Assassin's Creedy stuff, especially through Desmond, which I felt like is what they were like imparting onto us. Only to just take it all away and obviously end the narrative so to say by getting rid of Desmond in that kind of way. But I felt like you did steps 1, 2, 3, and 5 and skipped 4. And skipped step 4, which should have been play as Desmond. Let's experience it. Let's realize that we can't win, and let's just die and then go to fight. Then at that point you can continue the narrative, obviously, because you've kept the Templars alive, which is what they've done in Black Flag. Which, quite frankly, I'm going to go on record and say Black Flag is the worst Assassin's Creed game. Obviously,
I love Black Flag.
Oh, here we go. I know. I'm obviously in the minority. I've done my research online. People love Black Flag. I honestly firmly believe that Black Flag was the worst Assassin's Creed game because it's not an Assassin's Creed game. It's fucking water simulator where you play as a boat. You play as a goddamn boat. That's not Assassin's Creed. Okay, that's not Assassin's Creed.
Well, actually, it kind of is because that was a big part of Assassin's Creed 3.
And I hated that too. And I also hated Rogue. Whatever one that you had the boats in the game.
Rogue is like that as well.
I know. Those aren't Assassin's Creed games.
So the reason though why that was in there is the same reason why.
It might have been a cool narrative. It was cool to see Blackbeard. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's cool to have those things. Just don't give me 90% of the game in the water when I upgrade a ship. When I upgrade a damn ship, John.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed that part. But here's the thing that I didn't like, and that was the rest of the narrative. Because I was like, okay, this could be fun.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, he's not an assassin, and I thought, okay, he's not raised in an assassin. He's gonna be.
It took too much away from it. It wasn't Assassin's Creed. It wasn't what the first form was built up as.
Yes, they were.
No.
Ezio's.
For 80% of the fucking game, for 80% of the game, you're a boat. Black Flag knows. It's not an Assassin's Creed.
No, you are not a boat, right?
You're a boat. You're a fucking boat. You're doing boat things. You're taking out fucking strongholds in the water. Alright? That's whatever.
That's because you're a pirate. You do pirate things.
No, that's not Assassin's Creed. You're a pirate. Is it a pirate's creed? It's not a pirate's creed.
And this is what I disagreed with in the narrative was that you never became an assassin. You just somehow you naturally learned how to.
And funnily enough, in all games post that, he was a Kenway, and now they're a big thing. They're a huge thing in the narrative, despite him never being a fucking assassin. All other assassins you jobbed out.
No, I didn't. I don't know, man. Fucking jobbed out. I don't fucking care.
Anyway, and then touching on what you were saying with the narrative, how he was never an assassin, all that kind of stuff.
That's what I didn't like in 4. That's what kind of annoyed me was that.
What are you doing? You're not playing anymore?
No, I am. I'm gonna fucking open my bottle though.
Oh, you gotta keep the light on this bitch.
Yeah, that's why I had the light on it. She's all good. She's not going anywhere. Oh, now you fucked it.
Wait, how do you?
You gotta turn around. You gotta turn around. See, now you fucking jobbed it.
It's been a while. Fuck you. You're playing. I'm not playing anymore. Cunt.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the narrative for, but I loved the gameplay. And here's the thing, though, right? Everybody else did too. With 3.
No.
With 3, they had the boat stuff.
That sucked.
Right.
That sucked.
Right, but everybody else loved it, and so and this is what happened with episode with Assassin's Creed 1. People were like, you know what? I really, really liked, jumping off towers. And so they're like, all right, we're going to give you more
But
towers.
that's what Assassin's Creed is. It's what it's built on.
Right? And they were like, okay, we're going to give you more of that. But then
It's like Pokemon.
And in 2
It'd be like if Pokemon started to become a fucking FPS game, right? And they started to have FPS elements into their game. It's like, wow, oh my god, it's so cool to see FPS. No, but it's Pokemon. You're built on the fact that you're meant to catch Pokemon. It's like Assassin's Creed, all right? Don't try to be what you're not. You're not a boat simulator. Annoys me. And you fucked up again.
I fucked it up again. Yep. I thought I needed to jump there and I didn't.
It's cool when games try to make change, but don't give me the... I think they realized they fucked up too, because the other games from that point on didn't have boats.
Well, Rogue did.
Huh? Yeah, but Rogue came out. Rogue came out the secondary with the Unity title when it came out on the previous gen consoles. It realized that secondary people only want to play boats, but main people with the current stuff, with the game that it's going to try and promote with Unity, that's where people want to play. And Unity was a good game, and so was Syndicate. Syndicate was good too.
Yeah, Syndicate apparently is a return to form.
That's where I got hyped because I'm like, it's going back, and it seems like with this article, trying to bring back to the article now, that it's going to show, and they did announce a couple of weeks ago, I think we talked about it, that Assassin's Creed is no longer going to be a yearly thing. They're now going to try and really focus on giving us that experience aside from pushing out unfinished titles once a year, which is really cool because it's a game that's meant to be, it's a game that started off that way, and it seems like they're going back to those roots where they're giving us a legitimate experience with a long-term narrative aside from giving us fucking short little spiels with shit like Black Flag. Like, who gives a shit? All right, with boats. Fuck.
I reckon boats are going to come back.
Boats.
I reckon boats are going to
Boats come back? No.
I reckon they will.
How? They can't. What are the fucking... They seem to be moving through the years.
Yeah.
They just finished Revolution France.
Yeah, World War One.
They just did World War One.
Right.
Oh, which is what... I think they're going to tackle World War... Oh, they did a bit of World War One. They did like the flash kind of forwards in Syndicate, where you could go through like the little cut in time and go forward and then play World War One. So I don't feel like they're going to do a whole game of World War One, which would be nice. It'd be cool.
But there was a lot of naval battles there. But also they could just...
Yeah, but they'd be smart not to have naval battles and focus more on the land stuff, which is really what World War One was about.
Well, actually, the ocean was pretty
Okay,
important.
maybe you can have boat stuff, but don't give me boat stuff for 50% of the game. Don't make me traverse on a boat. Don't make me have to do boat missions. Give me a boat for a mission. Give me a boat as part of a mission.
I feel like
but then not have to go from, to legitimately travel an ocean to fucking and then build my boats. I don't care about upgrades for my boats. I don't care. That's not an Assassin's Creed.
I feel like
it should be upgrades for my fucking little dagger things that come out of my hand.
I feel like you didn't like it though because you were shit at boat fighting.
Moving on.
Alright, what else we got?
Moving on. Watch Dogs 2 has too much pussy for PlayStation to handle. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah. Alright, so what this is that Watch Dogs 2 has fully rendered female genitals.
Which I played a fair bit of Watch Dogs 2 and I haven't seen any of that yet. Maybe it's been patched.
It might have been patched already, but like basically it was certain female NPCs when you like blew them up or something, you could like see that they were wearing crotchless underwear.
That's hot.
And so like they were wearing crotchless undies, and where the fuck am I? I know I've traversed this beach, but I don't know where I'm going. Anyway, but they had like full on like you could see like the labia minora, the labia majora, and the clitoris and the vagina.
Well, you're going really biological with
well,
this.
because you could see all of it. Like it wasn't just like a line between between a pair of legs. It was like no. It was pretty fully detailed, right? Now, for me personally, I don't have a problem with this.
Here's what I want to say about it. If that's the only bad publicity Watch Dogs 2 is getting, you're doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, I know, right?
From what Watch Dogs 1
no, there's nudity!
Alright?
No.
You're already improving from what Watch Dogs 1 was.
Now,
personally, Watch Dogs 1, I liked it. But what I'm hearing is that it sucked. If that's the only bad publicity you're getting, I think that's good publicity at this point.
Personally, I really hope that what happens is that they patch it out of like the console version, because it is a violation of PlayStation's like prim and proper terms of service. But I hope they don't patch it out of the PC version, because like I think it's important to have this. Like
they said that we are patching that one female. They only said one female NPC has that kind of explicit detail, which is really cool because low key. Come on, Ubisoft. Let's not fuck around here. You know there are more. We just haven't found them.
Well, also there's naked.
And when you
dudes.
find them, stitches get fucking stitches get stitches. All right.
There's also fully naked, full frontal male nudity as well.
Good.
You know.
Oh my god, that's just what I wanted.
You know, and so like, but for me, I didn't have a problem with it because I was like, well, okay, you know.
I have no problem with it.
Like,
So I'm a pervert, so.
For me, it's the case of like if you're gonna
That's
tell.
on camera now.
For me, it was sort of like if you're gonna tell, you know, if you're gonna have a living, breathing world and you're gonna tell these kind of stories and all this kind of get jazz, right? Then you got to have. No, I think I have to go down first. Fuck.
I don't know. This bit took me a while.
Yeah, no.
Game's meant to be 4 hours. It probably took me 6 hours in total.
Yeah, no. I
2 hours.
think I fucked this part up. I think I have to go to the bottom first. I'm gonna go to the bottom first. No. Oh Christ.
Oh,
no.
we're out of time
Yeah.
too, so let's make this last 2 minutes.
Alright. So you know, it's about a living, breathing world. And I think part of that is that you know people get naked and do dumb shit.
It's interesting for news.
So like you can
It's interesting that's made this, but
it is. And like I said, I mean, I hope they get rid of it in the console versions because the console versions, you know, PlayStation and Microsoft are going to have fucking problems with it. But on PC, they shouldn't get rid of it because, you know, nobody on PC is going to give a fuck.
I feel like no one should just give a fuck. It's a game that's, what is it, R? Is it an R-rated
It's
game?
an R-rated game, so it should be totally fine.
For starters,
But Americans
if your 15-year-old child is complaining about seeing genitals on the game that's R-rated,
why the fuck are they playing it?
Why the fuck are they playing it? Okay, you must have bought it, or the salesman's a piece of shit for giving it to him. 2, alright, why is there a problem with that? I don't understand that person would have a problem with seeing genitals on their screen. Alright, you know it's a game. You're not there. You're not there to fucking, you know, like cover your eyes or some shit, or just be like, it's not a fucking physical attack on you to see these genitals. When you, especially when you're buying a game such as this that's rated in such a way. It'd be like going to play a GTA game and complaining that there are guns. Or if your son or if you're a person that's complaining about it and you're sitting there going, well, okay, hold on a minute, cybersecurity, oh my god, I'm really terrible, I don't like this. Alright, why buy it? There's no need to complain. There's no need to complain.
There's no, like,
I don't understand why people complain drugs ruin fucking Saints Row.
Yeah.
It's a Saints Row game.
I think the reason why people complain though is because they were getting banned from PlayStation for sharing it.
Fair enough.
And it's sort of like
that's the problem with PlayStation. It's an R-rated game.
Yeah.
I feel like R-rated games should be allowed to touch on multiple things.
Well, either that or what you do is you introduce a patch where the share button doesn't work. Right, it just, I don't know, it runs a scan or something like that and goes, oh, I can detect, you know, like there's a dick there, right, and then it doesn't let the game, doesn't let the share function occur. You go, well, that's okay. And it's not that hard to do either because, I don't know, I say it's not that hard to do. It's probably incredibly hard. It's possible, is what I should say. It is possible to do so that you could give it to console players. Look, for me, the fact that there's nudity in this game actually shows that the game's actually for adults. Right? And it's sort of like, you know, well...
No shit, considering it's rated in such a way.
That's right.
It's clearly aimed at adults.
Yeah.
You're an idiot if you're 14 and playing this game and complaining. I don't care if you're 14. Personally, I don't care if you're 14 and playing the game. But I have a problem if you're 14 playing the game and complaining about it because it's an 18 plus game, but you think it's meant to be for you because you're not meant to see dicks yet. Alright? Calm down. Alright? Alright? Have a glass of fucking concrete and harden the fuck up. 1, you shouldn't even have it. 2, shut the fuck up. It's for us. I don't give a shit if there's vaginas on my screen. God. To end, we'll discuss... I would like to discuss that. I've played a little bit of Watch Dogs myself. Granted, I haven't played that many games this year. My game playing has dwindled over the years. But the games that I have played this year... I have played Uncharted 4, that's going to be Game of the Year. But Watch Dogs 2 is the second best game that I've played this year. I played Quantum Break, I played Overwatch a little bit last week. I don't think that needs to be considered. I played stuff like the Dark Souls 3. I played all the ones that people talk about, except for Doom. That's up for the Game of the Year. I think we'll play that next week if you want, or we can play Uncharted next week.
We might play Uncharted next week.
Alright. I haven't touched those, but... I played Watch Dogs, and I played Mafia 3 as well, and I think Watch Dogs, I think it's a good game. I think it's actually, but I like 1 as well. I think 2 is really good. I think it's got light, it doesn't sell itself too hard. It's not going out there and saying this is the best game ever. It knew what it is, and it's telling a story about cybersecurity, and that this is, like in today's era, blah blah blah. It's just as easy to hack your phone as it is to hack an entire city. All right, and it's a beautiful written story, and it doesn't take itself seriously. A lot of the game is lighthearted humor and jabs at itself in a kind of a way. Right, takes jabs at the kind of people that are hackers and the kind of people that hackers tackle. All right, it's pretty well done. The fact granted, there's a lot of not controversy, but then Ubisoft made an announcement maybe a week ago that Watch Dogs 2 wasn't selling right. Did you read that?
No.
It didn't. Watch Dogs 2 hadn't sold as many copies as 1 did. 1, for starters, 1. Do you really expect? And 2, you didn't market Watch Dogs 2 as heavily as you marketed 1. So
Oh, bullshit. They marketed Watch Dogs.
Not as heavily as they marketed Watch Dogs 1.
Oh, that's true. No, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sit there and compare 2 to 1 based on everything that 1 was.
Also, two had a hard hill to climb up because like they had to like get over the fact that like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they had to try and beat the stigma that was what the fuck was Watch Dogs 1, right? Not only have they, it's flown under the radar. So much so that it's not even considered for any awards. I haven't seen it up for any awards, the Game Awards. Which I think is an absolute robbery. In the sense that kind of like Dark Souls wasn't considered for some of the stuff as well. Maybe not Game of the Year. But I think like something like Watch Dogs 2, it's built to be a game that's meant to be tackling Game of the Year. And it just seems to have flown under the radar because being compared too much to Watch Dogs 1.
Yeah.
When really it's a game that's addressed what it did wrong,
and
that was it.
Yeah,
it didn't even need to dwell. It wasn't even dwelling.
I think Ubisoft were expecting what happened to Assassin's Creed 2 to happened to Watch Dogs 2, right? Which just didn't happen.
You know what? Fair. That's a good comparison.
Right, because Assassin's Creed 2 didn't do that great. I mean, Assassin's
Creed.
No.
Assassin's Creed
1. Sorry, 1 wasn't.
But it didn't do that great. But it wasn't. But it didn't sell itself to be the best. Which I think was what.
But like all the problems of Assassin's Creed 1, they fixed in Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah,
right?
which is what they did in.
Which they did in Watch Dogs 2.
Right.
But the marketing wasn't quite there for it.
If anything had to be compared, it would be Assassin's Creed. But at the same time, nothing can Watch Dogs. What it was what it was. There's nothing else like that out there that absolutely sucked. You can also say that Mass Effect 2 handled all the issues that Mass Effect 1 did, but that's not to say Mass Effect 1 was a bad game. Right? No, it's just that you look at it now because you played Mass Effect 2. We can sit back and judge Mass Effect 1 to be that way. Same way with Assassin's Creed. We can look at Assassin's Creed and be like, it's not a bad game. But if you play 2, then you can realize that Assassin's Creed 1 was actually bad. It wasn't that good. But with Watch Dogs, you could kind of tell that it was buggy from the start. Its narrative was just like, well, you know, it's pretty convoluted, bit mixed up. Why are these people doing these kind of things? Right? It had problems from the get-go. It addressed them all in 2. It's just a shame that people, you know, recognize them so quickly, and that Watch Dogs, the first one, kind of flopped, I guess. But I personally liked it. But 2, going back to what I'm saying to finish it all up, why do you keep doing that?
Because I'm trying to get on that fucking ladder.
It's not hard, man. It's not hard.
Well, it is. It's not registering.
Well, basically, if anyone can finish this game, then obviously it's not that hard. All right.
I'm going after a special thing right now. I'm not continuing the main story here. This is side plot.
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah, but yeah, to wrap it all up, I believe that Watch Dogs 2 is one of the better games this year. It's a shame that it's being too closely compared to what Watch Dogs 1 was. I like it a lot. It's got a clear story, clear characters. Characters are fun, they're lovable, they're all different, and they seem to be well researched. And it's not taking too much from what Watch Dogs 1 was narratively. It's not focusing so heavily on what the Chicago incident was. It does acknowledge it, but it seems like it's its own kind of thing in the universe, which is beautiful, which I like a lot. I think it's a shame that it's not considered for a lot of the awards, whereas some other things are.
Well, I thought the reason why it wasn't being considered for a lot of awards because it missed the deadline.
Did it? No, it came out.
Yeah, 15th.
When was the deadline?
I don't know, but I think it was.
I think it met the deadline.
Did it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe that's something we might have to double check. I think it met the deadline. Something like Final Fantasy obviously hasn't met the deadline. No. But even though I thought Final Fantasy was meant to be the game that was going to meet the deadline.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was meant to come out early November.
Nah,
it's just a shame.
Nah, absolutely haven't.
Because if so, because I remember when we first discussed, or not us, but like after the last game, when we all started talking about it's going to win next year, everyone was like, "Oh fuck it, it's pretty clear, isn't it?" Final Fantasy. Look at it. Look at the damn thing.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I read it.
It's a shame because I don't know if it can win next year because of the stacked card it looks like. Andromeda's coming out. That's going to be a fucking...
So what's coming out, sorry?
Andromeda. Mass Effect.
Oh, yeah, Andromeda.
That's going to be a stab. That's going to absolutely... It doesn't even matter. It's a Mass Effect game. It'll just be considered on that.
Well,
personally, something like Resident Evil, in my opinion...
Well, I mean, I suppose that the question remains, you know, will it, oh, wait a minute, I need to go to the top now, that's right. What will
It'll have a lot of time to marinate.
Because it'll be the best of Western RPGs, which is Mass Effect, against the best of Eastern RPGs, or Japanese RPGs, which is Final Fantasy, right? So it's really like, you know...
and we don't even know what indie stuff is going to come.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's it.
So we don't know what... There could be another inside. We never know. Maybe
well, you never know. Playdead's probably working on something right fucking now, and you go, well...
Well, they're not idiots. They're not going to make a title once a year and be like, well, this is the best. Not
yeah.
fucking what Ubisoft seems to do. And that's where we'll end it.
Yeah, that's where we'll
end it. That was episode 15, guys. I've been David Yang.
I'm John McLeish. You don't want to watch me throw this dead body off the fucking...
No, I think you jobbed out.
Mm-hmm.
You've died more times than you've actually been alive.
Okay, I was just going to say, look at this though, look. I'm going to throw this
Oh my god, I've never seen this before because I've never played the game.
But look, dude, we're the Who instead of the Who, but way more hardcore. Instead of throwing TVs, we throw fucking dead bodies.
Done.
Yeah, fucking done. Alright.
Pah!
Okay,
because all of them suck equally.
No. Okay, so someone who likes strategy games. First of all, Total War Warhammer, that's straight out. Like, I was not a fan of that. Banner Saga 2, I didn't play. I played Banner Saga 1, though I really liked it. Fire Emblem Fates is really good because it's a fantastic mix.
I hear that as
but for me, though, like...
Can you crouch